wanted to go over the exit ticket for lesson 7. I saw that a lot of you had some trouble with it, so I hope that you're watching this and you're really paying attention, because hopefully once I go over it, it'll make a lot more sense to you. So in the exit ticket, it gave you a number 827 and 64 hundredths. What you had to do when it said the digit 8 is, it wanted the value, but the unit form. So how you would write that. So I think some of you are confused how to write unit form and where to look. So the digit 8 is in the hundreds place, right? Hundreds, tens, ones, there's our decimal point, tenths, hundredths. So 8 is in the hundreds. So really it should have been 800, or you should have written out 8 hundredths. Okay, I accepted 800, but really the unit form, it wants you to write out 8 hundredths. It wants the long form of that. The digit 2, well, 2 is right here in the tens place, right? And that was all labeled for you, so you guys just had to make sure that you were being careful and going back and checking what place value that number was in. So if it's in the tens, that means it's either going to be worth 20 or 2 tens. Now, I accepted 20 because I knew what you meant, but really, unit form, it wants you to write it out, so 2 tenths. The digit 6 is, well, that's in our tenths place, right? So you are either going to write 0, because there are no whole numbers, 6, 0, or you could just put 0.6, either way, or you should have written out 6 tenths. The digit 4, that is in our hundredths place. So again, you should show it 0.04 because it's in our hundredths place. If you have nothing in the tens place, that means you have to show a 0 there, okay? Don't forget that. Or you should write 4 hundredths. Now, what I had happen somewhat too, guys, is people were writing 4 hundredths here, or 6 tens. You have to make sure that you're putting the TH at the end for tenths or hundredths, because it will mark you wrong. Because if you say 4 hundredths, that means you think it's over here. So you have to really make sure that you're putting the TH for tenths and hundredths when you're talking about those decimals. Okay, so down here, let's talk about expanded form. That seems to be the biggest trouble we had. Expanded form is where you're going to break up this number into parentheses. If you remember from my video the other night, each one of these numbers, so the 4, the 2, and the fraction 8 100ths should be its own parenthesis. So I'm going to start with my biggest number, my number furthest to the left. That is 4. That's in the tenth. Well, this is the hundredths. This is the, so you imagine like your imaginary decimal points there. Ones, tens, hundreds. So I know I have 4 times 100. Right, because I have 4 in the hundreds place. Then I'm going to add, so I did my 4, now I'm going to go to my 2, which is in the tens place. So I have 2 times 10. I did that number, then I'm going to go right to my ones. See how I'm doing this? Hundreds, tens, ones. I'm going right in order. So I have 2 times 1, because there are 2 in the ones place. Now, I don't have anything in the tens, but I have in the hundreds, right? This fraction is hundredths. Some of you messed up and you marked that it was a tenth. You have to make sure you're looking at this fraction. If it says 10, it's a tenth. If it's 100, it's hundredths. So 8 hundredths. So that means I'm going to multiply 8 times 1 over 100, or 1/100th. Okay? You should be going right in order. Do the furthest number to the left. So your hundreds, your tens, your ones, and then your fraction. Each one should have its own parenthesis. So if I have 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, I should have 4 parentheses. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Okay, now down here, it gave you the expanded form and it wanted you to come up with the total number. So all you had to do, guys, here was multiply. So 3 times 100, we know that equals 300, right? And if you can't remember, hopefully you can, but if you can't remember, just do 3 times 1, so that's 3, and if you have 2 zeros, then 2 zeros come down. Then you are going to add 9 times 1/10. Okay, so that really means that I have 1/10 9 times. So really, it's just 9 tenths. Or you would just multiply your 9 times your numerator, so 9 times 1 is 9 tenths. Then I'm gonna come over and do 2 times 1/100th. Well, that's just really 2 pieces of 1/100th, so I know that's gonna be 2 over 100. So if I was going to add this up, this fraction, if it's a 9/10, really is going to be 0, because there's no whole number, 0.9. Here, this is also a fraction, so there's no whole number. So if I was going to write this number, so I'll put these in parentheses, 300 plus 9/10 plus, so 2/100 will be 0.02. Then I would add them up. Well, I only have one number that's a whole number, right? So that's easy enough. So that's 300. Then I'm going to automatically put my decimal there, right? I don't have any other whole numbers. Now I have a number in the tenths, which is that 9, right? So I'm just going to bring that 9 right over. Then I have a number in the hundredths. I'm just going to bring that 2 right over. So your total answer should have been 392 hundredths. Okay, once you get the hang of this and you can see that you're just doing a parenthesis at a time, hopefully that'll make more sense. Okay guys, if you have questions though, get on the Google Meet today at 11 if you can. Hopefully this clears it up for you. Okay, bye guys.